anterior iniciamos la misión legendaria de Zonghli y en este la vamos a acabar. Y luego vamos a ir, que se me ha desbloqueado la última misión de mundo, de Mostrar. Entonces necesitaba llegar al nivel 36 de rango de aventura. Y como ya sabéis que hemos pasado de golpe al 45, pues se me ha desbloqueado. Y para acabar, porque ahora sí que tenemos gachapón. Porque resulta que me puse a recoger todas las recompensas desde el 35 al 45 y he sacado como 300 protogemas o algo así. Así que hay de sobra para hacer una tiradita. Dicho lo cual, vamos a... No, es para el otro lado, me estoy yendo para el otro lado de España. Vamos a acabar con esta misión. Luego, como he dicho, hacemos esa, la legendaria, o sea, la de mundo, que me faltaba. Y luego, si queda tiempo, pues empezamos otra legendaria. Todo sea por la diversión. ¿Qué tal estáis? Espero que estéis muy bien. Ya sabéis, como os digo siempre, que si os está gustando, podéis parar un segundo y para dejarme likes, comentarios, suscribiros, darle a la campanita, compartir el vídeo, etcétera. Acordaos que había quedado por aquí la cosa.
I heard that SAL was once the home of the god of salt's people. Therefore...
According to legend, the people of the god of salt, Havria, enjoyed prosperous lives under her protection. But this legend has been around for ages. With the countless scrap collectors and treasure hoarders in the area, there probably aren't many valuable things left here.
Oh, good. That's just great. If I knew it was picked this clean before, I wouldn't have come.
About that, I know there's a ruin deep in this cave here. It's related to the god of salt, which is actually how the area originally got its name of SAL. However, the ruin entrance has been sealed by a mysterious power. Nobody has been able to break the seal. I found a mechanism that seemed to be related to the seal, but when I undid the mechanism, so at the moment, the seal's origin and how to break it are very important topics in my research on the god of salt. I don't know, there's no concrete evidence, but I'm pretty sure the seal is meant to hide some kind of long-forgotten truth. The god of salt was a benevolent god, adored by the people, not to mention powerful. She wouldn't have any kind of shameful secrets to hide. So, the one who wants to hide some truth is very possibly her killer, Morax.
This doesn't sound like something the Lord of Geo would do, though.
Who cares about all that? It sounds like countless treasures of the god of salt lie within this ruin. Just wait.
You weren't listening at all, were you? Even if there's a mountain of treasures inside, nobody can get in if the seal isn't broken.
Ah, but we have the illustrious Mr. Zonghli with us. He looks like he knows just about everything. A little seal shouldn't be any trouble for him.
This seal seems to be quite ancient. Even Mr. Zonghli may not know all of its secrets.
I may know something about it.
What?
Over the years, I've heard various rumors with bits of knowledge about seals. Although their references seem rather disorderly, they do in fact contain the secret to breaking seals. Let's go take a look at the mechanism Miss Wanyan just mentioned.
Okay, since Mr. Zonghli says so, follow me then.
Vale, pues ve dónde se encuentra el primer mecanismo. ¿Dónde está esto? Ahí, a 146 metros. Vaya, tenemos compañía. No se han dado cuenta.
Here it is. There's some debris scattered here
Un
that,
lugar desde
when
donde
put
poder ver
together,
la imagen
look
formada
like
por
they
las
definitely
rejillas.
had to do with the god of salt. According to the inscription on the side, if one looks from a certain angle, the secret to the mechanism will be revealed.
Pues aquí. Aquí mismo. ¿No? Hay que juntarlas como en el Valhalla.
See that? Although we activated the mechanism, nothing happened to the seal.
That's because there's actually another mechanism that must be activated.
Another?
Let me lead the way from here.
Es que no os enteráis. Que la aventurera soy yo, hombre.
This place seems familiar. Huh, I remember. I think there's some elemental monuments here. So you're saying they're related to all this? When I investigated the seal last time, I had someone with a vision accompany me. But when we lit up all the elemental monuments, nothing happened.
That's because you don't just need to activate them at the same time, but in a certain order as well. The secret to this puzzle is hidden in the legends about the Archon War. Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. All desolate and devoid of life.
To the north, to the east. Do the people of Liyue always talk in riddles?
I think I've heard this saying before.
Certainly you have. And the contents of this saying are also related to the god of salt, to provide a haven for her people, whose lives had been ravaged by the Archon War. At that time, with the chaotic fires of war engulfing the land, even one sliver of peace was a luxury, and that haven she eventually found is right here. Today, it is known as SAL.
How sad then. In the end, this peaceful place was destroyed by Morax.
Okay, enough with these ancient stories. Now that we have the clue, hurry up and break the seal. Whatever happened doesn't matter as long...
Tianheng in the south, Yaoguang in the east, Jueyun in the west, Qingce in the north. With this clue, you should be able to solve the puzzle.
Pues no sé. Para empezar no me voy a acordar del orden. O sea, ilumina los monumentos tal como te indicó Zonghli. ¿Pero qué monumentos? ¿De qué me estás hablando? ¿Dónde está Zonghli? Que quiero que me lo repita. El congelado de los huevos.
Nice and spicy.
Eso es para que te vayas a freír espárragos.
No pain, no gain.
Lleva una pata jamón. Hay aquí un esto. Ah, iluminar las ruinas tal como te lo indicó Zonghli. Pero es que no me acuerdo de cómo me lo ha dicho. A ver si está aquí en las misiones. Ah, sí, mira. Primero sur, este, oeste y norte. Vale, sur, este, oeste y norte. Entonces, a ver. Eso sí, este es el del norte, ¿no? Sí. A ver, que me lío. Este es el del norte. Oeste. Sur, ¿dónde está? Está aquí. Sí. Y el este imagino que estará aquí, ¿no? Vale. Entonces, ha dicho... Hemos dicho sur, este, oeste, norte. Sur, este, oeste, norte. Vale.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer.
Ve al lugar del sello roto.
Look! The seal really was broken! Mr. Zonghli is indeed quite remarkable.
It was nothing, really.
Sí, pero espera un segundo porque hay aquí un cofre.
Now,
Un tesoro.
it's time that people learn the hidden truth, lost to time.
Aunque no sea una especial que es común. Pero bueno.
Open sesame.
Open Sesame.
Now I'm hungry.
¿Dónde está el lugar de la en cuestión? Allí.
Race you.
Turururururu.
Before entering the ruin, I have a proposal that will help us prevent the kind of senseless argument.
Okay. What is it?
I propose you to agree upon a contract, stipulating that we alternate who gets claim to each treasure we encounter. To show my sincerity, I won't be taking any treasure.
Hey! Don't pass an opportunity like this up so easily.
I don't agree. I mean, you want me to split the treasure with this?
I don't agree either. He will only defile the precious relics left behind by the god of salt.
Well then, if the contract is not agreed upon, I will no longer serve as your consultant. You will have to rely on your own experience to find whatever treasures are hidden in this ruin.
You have the audacity to demand this. Okay then. Even
If you want me to agree upon this contract, so be it. I just have one request, Mr. Zonghli. If we discover the truth behind the god of salt, you must judge it fairly, even if the truth harms Morax's image.
I can accept this arrangement. Well then.
Estaba preguntando que por qué siempre las gafas de los personajes con gafas son abiertas por arriba. Pero claro, supongo que será porque si no, si la cierran, les tapan los ojos. Los ojazos que le suelen poner a todos los personajes. Entonces... explora la cueva y entra a las ruinas. Las ruinas del rey Salmerón. Pues un sitio en el que nunca habíamos estado, fíjate. Muy chulo. Del Iyue. Se puede hasta pescar y todo. Ya me han visto, ¿no? Si es que... la manía de poner enemigos en todas partes, macho. Pum, 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 pum. ¡Anda! Un dominio, el secreto de la sal. ¡Qué guapo! Pues venga. Nivel recomendado es 61. Bueno, estamos al 70, o sea que... No sé si hemos manejado a Zonghli alguna vez. No me suena al menos. Lo de la lanza y eso no me suena. ¿Qué nivel está? En el 61. Vida máxima 20.000. Pero, ¿de qué vas? Ataque 1500. Lanza perfora nubes. Joder, es que es un arma de 5 estrellas. No te jode. Así podrás, claro, ataque. Y artefactos los tiene morados todos. Corazón del guerrero. De hecho tiene 4 piezas. Joder. Dice, si le pones 4, aumenta el daño en un 30% contra enemigos con más del 50% de vida. O sea que según te los encuentres, les metes una curra que te cagas. Vale. Constelaciones tiene 3 abiertas. Por curiosidad. Dominus lapidis. 2 crestas de piedra al mismo tiempo. Alcaravia estelar, otorga un escudo de jade. Jade, el brillo del crepúsculo. Aumenta el nivel de habilidad Dominus lapidis. Bueno. No voy a mirar los talentos. ¿Y estas estatuas? ¿Qué se supone? ¿Que se convirtieron en sal? Como en Sodoma y Gomorra.
Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Uy, qué dominio tan chulo, ¿no?
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Cómo mola el portal este. Va pegando unas hostias que te cagas. Y eso porque no se lo hemos mejorado, que si no... Excuse me. Ah, es por ahí. Es por ahí. Entonces, ¿por qué no podemos subir? Oye, ¿por qué no vamos a hacer nada? Aquí. A ver, si venimos de por aquí, tendría que iluminarse alguna corriente o algo, ¿no? Que no me deja escalar tampoco. Vale. ¿Pero por qué no se coge? Ahora, joder.
Quake.
Ahora sí.
Look at this. It's filled halfway with salt.
Just looks like a fancy salt holder. Seems like the god of salt was a god lacking in treasures.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount...
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god of salt is...
Finally. After all that effort, I've found precious treasure. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of salt for such a shallow pursuit?
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong to Miss Wanyan, according to the contract agreed.
Of course, as we agreed. But how can anything be worth more than this rare find?
Buah, como si lo viera. La siguiente cosa dirá, que eso me gusta más. Te dejo a ti el cáliz. Te sale. Yo me quedo con eso nuevo.
Then let's move on, shall we?
Ya verás. Triqui, 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 trin. En Allende los mares. En Allende los mares.
You're in for a little shock. Let's spark things up a little.
Vale, pillar un poco ahí.
Scatter!
¿Ya? ¿Estamos ya? No, no estamos ya.
Propagate!
Pum, 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 pum. Esto supongo que habrá que poner un palote aquí. Y el otro yo. Claro. Vamos, que el dominio este está pensado completamente para Zonghli. Bueno, pues a juzgar por lo que he visto hasta ahora, las misiones legendarias estas están chulas porque te llevan siempre a un dominio que está exclusivamente personalizado para el personaje que te dejan probar. Aparte de que te cuenta un poco más del lore del personaje y tal, está muy bien. Y aparte de las protogemas, por supuesto.
Just a simple ruler. It doesn't look to be worth anything.
Sí, ahora verás.
This, if I remember correctly, this is some kind of measuring tool.
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered in salt. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt
Ya lo
chalice.
sabía yo.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss...
No, unacceptable. I
Ya lo
paid for
sabía
and
yo.
organized this entire expedition. Why should I get the short end of the stick? And this girl has been useless. Why would she get anything?
Oh boy. Here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break the contract?
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms in this ruin work, I no longer need you. Let's not forget who hired who here. Why should I let you make the rules?
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods. I am from Snezhnaya.
Will suffer the wrath of the rock. You may find it rather unpleasant.
Pay your dues. This is order.
Toma. Joder, 21.000. ¿Dónde estás,
No escape.
tío Genaro?
Crumble.
Esto Fatui. Qué pillos que son, macho.
Leaving so soon.
Scatter!
Prepare yourself.
You're toast!
Can't run from death.
I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further into the ruin.
Oh, darn you! Just you wait.
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long. Yeah! Good thing Paimon can smell a liar from a mile away.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire? I think we should be honest with each other now.
Huh?
that in truth, not a single member of this archaeological expedition came here for archaeology.
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talents. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. I come from one of the 8 trades under the jurisdiction of the Qixing. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War engulfed the land.
Oh, right! Now that you mention it, the people of Liyue very seldom use the name Morax.
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is Morax's Liyue after all. And its history is written as he wishes. So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. He has blood on his hands and cruelty in his heart. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zonghli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liyue is no longer Morax's Liyue. Come with me. All the answers you seek lie ahead.
Vale. Dice, y ahora tiene las manos manchadas de sangre. Más bien será manchadas de sal. ¡Qué gracioso! Tito amor. Por aquí, ¿no? Me imagino. Qué bien, ha aparecido ahí un cofre del tesoro.
Quake!
Por lo menos que nos llevemos algo nosotros. Uy, ¿y esto cómo lo vamos a hacer para activar 3 pilares de la tierra?
Crumble!
Ah, sí. Así de simple.
You're in for a little shock. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Rise! Yeah! I will have order.
Toma ya.
Yeah!
I'll protect us. Huh? Propagate!
Vale. Muy bien. Una chuleta.
This is a sword? Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the God of Salt had to fight back. Fight back against the evil Morax. The power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler. If we can repair the sword, then we can show the world the mighty power of the God of Salt.
It does look like something left behind after being defeated in battle.
2 pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are 2 separate relics.
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true. But Clement is no longer here.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true.
This logic!
Zhongli, she seems like a good person, and
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide.
No! If I only take 1/2, then it can't be repaired, and the power of the God of Salt cannot be restored. No matter what, I must be faithful to her. Even if it breaks the contract, I don't care.
So you are already decided? Then there is a price to pay for
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to suffer the wrath of the rock.
That's okay. The God of Salt gave up her life to protect her people. My sacrifice is nothing compared to that. Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for her. But, as punishment, I will tell you the truth.
Huh? The truth? You mean the truth is my punishment?
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you. I'm afraid to say that the God of Salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she...
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands.
No. No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade? Then...
This sword is not a relic belonging to the God of Salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true! That can't be true! You're trying to test my faith in the...
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a follower of Morax! Don't try to trick me!
No es que sea un seguidor de Morax, es que soy el propio Morax.
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? Let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to...
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
Sí, no suena de algo.
What are all these? What did they see? What happened?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door will show you all that happened back then. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat.
But what about these statue things?
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain, those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror, so they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted...
Even if this is so, this must be a lie. A false history, all of it! Don't you dare try to shake my faith!
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this time either.
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even if she may not escape that struggle immediately... No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of wisdom. Only faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone Forest?
Huh? What do you want to do, Zhongli?
Treading old ground. Telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintances.
Vale, la verdad fue lo que ocurrió. Habla con Zonghli en el bosque de piedra Guyun. Ah, espera, hay un cofre aquí. No nos olvidemos de los cofres valiosos. Y 5 protogémicas. Vamos a ver si nos da tiempo a acabar la misión. Al final no nos va a dar tiempo a empezar la otra, pero bueno. Porque a ver cómo vamos de tiempo. Uf, fatal. ¿Dónde está esto? ¿Dónde está esto? ¿Dónde está esto? ¿Dónde está? El bosque Guyun. Dirígete a la ubicación. Claro, pues eso quiero. Ir a Liyue. Pero es que si no sé dónde va a estar... Bueno, venga, vamos a salir. Primero. Guam. Bueno, pues en el próximo hacemos la misión esa de... La última que me queda. Y si da tiempo, pues empezamos otra. De este. Me parece que este tiene 2. Zonghli. Los tiempos de carga en PlayStation 4 son mucho más lentos que en PC. Porque en PC he visto yo a mucha gente que es instantáneo. Hace brilliant, pero a mí, madre mía. Allí, a Salterrae. ¿Dónde está este? ¿A dónde se ha subido? Se ha subido a la parra. Es que, no, pero por aquí yo no voy a poder ir a ningún lado, si esto está como cerrado. No sé lo que estoy escalando ni lo que estoy haciendo, macho. Por aquí sí. Torito. Torito bravo. Que lleva botines y no va descalzo. Bueno, ala, hasta el infinito y más allá. Tú fíjate dónde está, ahí arriba, ¿sabes? Tengo que encontrar algún sitio para poder, por aquí a lo mejor, con un poco de suerte, currándomelo mucho. Es que yo no sé por qué se ha ido tan arriba, macho. No podía estar esperándome en la playa, ¿no? Quizá por aquí se pueda escalar. Pero entonces, ¿el Morax no es el Rex Lapis? ¿El Arcontegeo? O sea, Zonghli. Entonces es que es otro. Es que ya tengo un lío con la mitología, macho, de Genshin, que ya no sé muy bien. Tampoco vamos a poder hacer nada por aquí, joder. Que ahora vamos a llegar aquí arriba y ¿qué? Y nada. Pues a ver, tiene que haber alguna forma, ¿eh? De subir. A ver si hacemos por ahí, a ver. Por aquí es posible. Desde luego el programador tenía ganas de tocar los huevos, ¿eh? Y los ovarios, pero vamos. Que te lo pone arriba del todo, de la montaña.
Now, I mentioned before that many gods of old have been sealed beneath the Guyan stone forest. The Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also... I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should... History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method. But unchanging stone, immovable earth, even one such as myself.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, traveler. You are one who crosses the celestial atlas, and who passes through countless worlds. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of... Now then, it is time that we consigned both the salt chalice...
Huh? Why do we need to throw them into the sea?
As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are. This includes Osial, overlord of the Vortex, who the Jade Chamber most recently returned to the... Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Osial, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume.
Qué chulo.
And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.
Y se acabó. Continuará. No, 60 protogemas.
I will remain here for a while. I fear that moments of reminiscence like this can only grow fewer. Though the Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler do... If a day comes when he should recover his...
Bueno, pues... ya sé que dije que iba a tirar al gachapón, pero creo que lo vamos a dejar para el siguiente porque ya me está quedando súper largo. Así que en el próximo hacemos la misión del Arconte. Si se puede empezamos otra y tiramos al gachapón. Así que nada, sed buenas, sed buenos, sed felices. Un saludín, chao, chao.